friends, how are you today? So happy weekend to you if you're watching this on the weekend. So what I have in store for today is I'm gonna do a get ready with me, I'm gonna do my makeup, I'm gonna do something kind of funky with my hair today. I'm planning on doing little tiny curls. I've done this before in some previous videos. I'm gonna try a little bit different technique this time, and I'm gonna use this little tiny curling iron. I believe it's a 1/2 inch curling iron, and this is Hoson, H-O-S-O-N, the brand. And yes, I am excited to use this and excited to try kind of a little different style. I actually am not going to blow dry my hair because this is second day hair. I washed my hair yesterday and it just works better that way, especially if you're gonna curl your hair. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a dry shampoo before I curl my hair. But let's get started first with makeup. So I don't know how you guys take your makeup off. I used to be so into those little makeup wipes. But you know, over time, if you use them for like 30 years, that's expensive. That can really add up. So I switched over to Micellar Water, or Micellar Water, however you say it. This latest one I've been using is from Tarte, and this is the Tarte Micellar Magic. I don't know if you can see those words. But this stuff is wonderful. It's very natural. I'll just read the back for you here. Use this mess-free, no-rinse micellar cleansing water anytime, anywhere. Saturate a cotton pad and apply to skin on the go after a gym sesh or to remove that full face of makeup you work so hard on. This baby cleanses without stripping your skin or making a mess of your sink. So I love this stuff. This stuff lasts forever, and it's way cheaper to use these little cotton pads. I get them on Amazon. I get them in bulk. I get a big package of them, and I use these on a daily basis to take off my makeup, and I also use it before I put on my makeup. And the reason is because every once in a while, sometimes you'll get that little like residue from your mascara under your eyes, even after you've taken your makeup off. So I always like to do a quick once over with one of these cotton pads. The cool thing about this little bottle is all you have to do is press on it, and it distributes the micellar water onto the pad. Other ones that you have to pour on it, it's a little more clunky to deal with. And so my plan is if I get another micellar water, I'm just gonna fill this thing up because I love this bottle. I'm gonna hang on to this bottle. So I'm just gonna do a quick wipe down of my face. It also feels pretty refreshing too. I have a little bit of oily skin, and so I do sometimes put moisturizer on. I'll either put moisturizer and then my makeup on, or I'll use a primer. And so I'm gonna use a primer today. If I put moisturizer on and then a primer and then makeup, it feels like there's too much on my skin, if you know what I'm saying. So anyways, this is the Porefessional Pore Primer from Benefit. I got this in a BoxyCharm. By the way, I think I've mentioned this before, but I get a box of BoxyCharm every month. This is not sponsored by all means, but I have really enjoyed trying out different kinds of makeups that I didn't know about. And it's only like 22 or 23 bucks a month. So it seems worth it because you get 5 full-size products in each box, which is how I've gotten a lot of these things. Like I got this from BoxyCharm, I got this pore primer from BoxyCharm, the palette I'm gonna use today is from BoxyCharm, even my highlighter. So a lot of the makeup I use is stuff I get from that box. Some things don't work, like sometimes they'll send you a lipstick that's like not your shade, but overall I felt like it's really been worth it. Now I am going to use my good old sponge. I'm just gonna use a makeup sponge, and I am going to use my all-time favorite. Honestly, if you ever watch me put on my makeup, I probably will never stray from this foundation. There are a lot of beauty influencers that try different foundations out. The thing about it is that I am by all means no expert. I just like putting on makeup every day. You know, I've had this conversation with my mom before, but my mom has very fair skin and she hardly has any wrinkles at all for being 70. It's pretty amazing. And I think a lot of that is that she wore foundation since she was 14, and I was the same. She encouraged me to start using foundation because especially SPF foundation, or any kind of SPF. If you don't like foundation, but some kind of SPF on your face, it'll protect your face from getting wrinkles. And I don't know, I feel like it's been a layer of protection and can keep your skin in good shape. All right, pretty happy with that. I'm going to just use a little bit of concealer. This is Age Perfect by L'Oreal. This shade is 200 Ivory. My eyelids are always so dark because the skin, I think, is really thin on my eyelids. And so I always have to put concealer on my eyelids. All right, pretty happy with this. It's also good to get a little bit of your neck so that there's not this like line. So next stop is powder. This is Everyday Vacay Coconut Setting Powder, BoxyCharm. I just shake a little bit into the lid and use a powder brush. I personally don't like regular powders. I really like these translucent setting powders because, I don't know, it always makes my makeup look super cakey if I use just a powder that's shaded, and this doesn't seem to add anything other than setting it. Okay, next I'm gonna put a little bit of blush. This is the Ciate London Marbled Light, and it's Dusk. You can kind of see what that looks like. I really like this blush. Actually, change of plans. I'm going to put a little bit of bronzing powder. This is actually Milani bronzing powder here, and this is the Silky Matte 01 Sunlight. And I always usually put the bronzing powder on before the blush, so I had my steps mixed up there. But I just put a little bit underneath my cheekbones here. All right, so I just got off the phone with my son, who is about to start back to college. He's going to be a junior this year, and he is getting his degree in business. And I don't know, I'm the worried mom. He lives in like in an apartment / dorm. It's on campus at the college he goes to. And I don't know, I'm just having anxiety, like probably a lot of you if you have kids, about the anxiety of going back to school and this whole pandemic thing. So I was told this last week that they're planning on testing all students on campus like every 2 days. I think they're doing something like antigen testing. I don't know if you've heard of that before, but it like will flag if you have an active infection. But I'm worried. I'm a worried mom. I worry for my daughter too, but right now she's got a job that she works remotely for a company, and so she doesn't have to get out there, but I really worry about my son. He is young and healthy though, so that is good, but still, I'm just like any parent out there. Even if your kids are grown and have to go into work somewhere, you're gonna be worried about them. All right, next step is the eyebrows. What I do, if you've seen me do my makeup before, you've seen me do this, but I take a brush like this, and what I do is I first comb out my eyebrows like that. By the way, I haven't had my eyebrows done in 6 months. That's a long time. I think they still look okay. I've been plucking them, but they don't look near as good as they used to. But anyways, I just wipe off using the same little cotton pad that I wiped my face down with. It's just something I do every day. I basically wipe it off, but it leaves the brush a little damp, and that does help when I use my pomade. This is the Dip Brow from Anastasia, and this is the blonde color. And I'll zoom way in here so that you can see me put on my eyebrows. I'm gonna move my mirror a little close so that I can see. So I'm just going to dip into here, not a lot, just a little bit. And I just basically line the bottom, and then I try to line the top, and I kind of curve around like that. And then I'm gonna do the other side. I've watched some gals that have like makeup channels, and they'll take a long time. They'll say, you know, I did my brows and it took me 20 minutes. My brows take me like a minute. I just don't feel like I can do much more with them. I'm kind of new to doing brows. Like, I just started doing my brows maybe a year ago. I always just had natural brows before, but as I've gotten older, my brows have really thinned out, and I can really tell when I don't do them versus when I do them. I think it does make the eyes pop a little bit more. Just personal preference, really. All right, next step is some eyeshadow. I'm gonna use this Celestial Thunder by Dominique Cosmetics. And my plan today is to use this one, which is Zero Gravity. And then I'm gonna use this like sparkly one over here on the top left, and that's Eternal Light. So I'm gonna start by just blending out that kind of purplish color all over my brow, and I'm gonna attempt to do basically a modified cut crease, which is you put a little bit of concealer in certain spots with a brush, then it'll pick up the sparkly eyeshadow better. So that's my plan. Gonna just dip into zero gravity a little bit. And I think the key here is to really blend a lot. There's a point right here to the right of my eye, and I'm kind of making a corner there with the blending. Maybe just a little bit more. Going a little darker than I usually do. I have a really bad habit of holding the brush a little too close to the bristles. I think you're really supposed to hold it back here if you want more blending. So this last week, I took a day off on Tuesday to take my mom to some doctor's appointments, and we had to go about an hour and a half away. And I think I've talked about this before, but I've really been a hermit the last several months and have not gone into any stores at all. And what happened was I needed to go to the bathroom because we had just driven an hour and a half and I've been drinking lots of coffee, but the doctor's offices wouldn't let me in to go to the bathroom. So we ended up trying to think of what's the best store, because I did not want to go into a gas station, but what would be the best store to go into? And we were thinking somewhere that had really high ceilings, a really big building. And so I ended up going into Sam's. So I ran there real quick, had 2 masks on, double masked it. And if you know Sam's, I don't know if you have a Sam's in your area, but they have beautiful flowers. And I went to the bathroom and I came out and I was like, ugh, this is the first time I've been in a store since February. I'm right here. So I picked up 2 beautiful bouquets. I actually have one right behind me, and I got one for my mom. So that was a huge treat for my first store experience. And I've just been enjoying those flowers though. All right, so I'm now at the point where I'm pretty happy with the blending, and I wanna do a little tiny cut crease. I am by no means an expert at cut creases. I even haven't done a lot of them, but every once in a while I'll try. So I'm gonna do just that. So I'm gonna take some really heavy duty concealer. This is a mess, don't look at this bottle too closely. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. And what I do is I just take the little applicator out and I take a brush that looks kind of like this, kind of thin like that. And I just dip into it, and I'm just going to outline where I'm gonna put my concealer just by tapping. And then I'm gonna fill that in a little bit. Which is basically up to the line where your eyelid would kind of fold. And I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna do the other one. Again, I'm not super precise or anything. All right, so now that I've got my concealer on my eyelids, I'm going to use this sparkly, just gonna dip my finger in here. Right on top of where I put my concealer. So see, that's pretty. I really like that. It's not like too much, but it is really beautiful. I'm always for all the little sparkly things. I think it's because I'm so girly. Like, I don't know what it is. I like pink, I like purple, I like sparkles. All right, almost done here. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of it's called Velvety Touch Kohl eyeliner. And I know a lot of people might use this to make a real smoky eye, but I do like it as eyeliner. And I'm not doing any kind of wing or anything. Just a real thin line above my eye, right on the lash line. Very good. Hi, I'm almost done. Okay, I'm gonna use my Too Faced. This is Canary Diamond, and this is really sparkly. This is some highlighter. You can do highlighter anyway. Some people have highlighter brushes. I actually do have a highlighter brush right here. Or you could use your fingers like that. I might try to use my brush a little bit and see how that goes. I always put a little bit on my nose. All right, I don't know if the sparklies are reflecting in the camera or if you can see that, but it's definitely there. Okay, I'm gonna put some mascara on and I'm gonna put some lipstick on and then we'll do our hair. So this is Superhero It. I don't even want to show you this too close because this mascara is on its way out. Mascara is so weird. You can start telling when you need to buy new stuff, obviously when it starts running out, but it starts getting kind of gunky. That's where I am at with this mascara. But when it's brand new, sometimes it doesn't work that great either. There is nothing like this mascara. I have not found one that equals the Superhero It. All right, and I'm gonna top this off with my all-time favorite that I can't stop using. This is the Anastasia Sweet Pea Matte Lipstick, and it's beautiful, this beautiful rose color. If there's a lipstick that you're looking to buy, this is it. This is the best lipstick ever. I love it. I have to get on Ulta and order some more because I'm in the need for more mascara, some more concealer, and some more lipstick. So I will be putting in an order soon. But yeah, I think that came out really good. You can kind of really tell the cut crease that I did, that it's really popping. The sparklies are popping a little more than they would normally show up there. So the next thing I'm gonna do, I do wanna do a quick spray. This is Ciate London Everyday Vacay. So I'm gonna do a quick after makeup spray. This is like a makeup setting spray, but it has some sparkles in it. And this is from Ciate London Everyday Vacay. It smells so good. It kind of smells like that tanning oil, which is like Banana Boat. Banana Boat tanning oil. I love that smell. There's no smell like it. That's what this smells like. All right. Well, I think the next step is hair. So I'm going to do a curly style on my hair. What I'd like to do is lots of little tiny ringlet curls. So the first step is I'm gonna put some dry shampoo first on my hair. Number one, since my hair is second day hair, I think that will help. And I actually got this. This is new for me. This is Bumble and Bumble. I read so many good things about this, but this is the dry shampoo. It's UV protective 2-in-1 style extender to cleanse and lightly volumize from roots to ends. And this is for normal to oily hair, but this is Bumble and Bumble. One thing I have to say, although Bumble and Bumble is really good, it is very pricey. Like this bottle right here was like 40 bucks or 47 bucks. It was pricey. But anyways, I'm gonna spray this right now. Just gonna work this through my hair. Okay, and as I said before, I'm gonna use this Hoson tiny little curling iron, 1/2-inch curling iron. Y'all should see my little spot area that I have on my counter here. It is completely full and I'm having trouble finding spots to put my curling iron. Just a quick comb through. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. So I'm going to curl my hair, going back like this, but I'm gonna kind of twist it like this. I feel like this is gonna be really cute. And I don't know that I'm always gonna twist it this way. I think I should twist it both ways for different segments. So like right here, I'm gonna twist it this way. This curling iron is also nice because it has a temperature readout. And if you're curious, I have mine set at 375. That's like the sweet spot for my hair. I think the temperature will be different based on what kind of hair you have. If your hair is really hard to curl, you may need it a little bit higher temperature. If your hair is really fine, you may want a lower temperature because you don't want to damage it. So put the hair in and then twist it left or right as it's curling. Did you guys feel like we didn't get a summer this year? I really feel that way. Probably because I've been mostly inside. I don't know. It's already August, which is crazy to me. It feels like it was just February, and I think it's just this year. But I don't know. Even though it's still hot, hot, hot outside, I kind of feel like fall is coming, and I'm very happy about fall coming. I love the cooler weather, but like, I don't know, the things that I identify with summer, like we always take a week vacation down to Alabama, the beaches in Alabama every year, and we didn't do it this year. That's just like the pinnacle of summer for me. I'm gonna even get this little tiny, like I am really going down to the littlest tiny pieces of hair to curl. All right, I'm gonna get the rest of this head done. There's not much to curl in the back, and pretty much the back I'm just doing regular. I'm not trying to twist it or anything. I would just also like to caution you, be really careful with this, especially if you have really short hair like right here. Had to be really careful right here. You don't want to burn yourself. I'm in my 40s now, but I'm remembering like when I was 12, I had long hair and I had bangs, and she would do what we called Barbie bangs. She would actually perm my bangs. I would have like really curly bangs. Of course, that was the 80s. I remember getting perms. This hairstyle is actually reminding me of a perm because they usually do perms like real tiny curls like this. I remember getting like a spiral perm in my long hair. And then perms were really prevalent in the 90s. People still get perms today, but it always really kind of messed up my hair more than coloring did. All right, I'll give you a peek at how much progress I'm making in the back. Okay, we're at the fun part now. So I don't think there's any curls left to make. I also don't want to just destroy all of them. So what I think I'm gonna do is use some pomade. This is American Crew pomade. And this is a pomade with medium hold and high shine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some of this on my fingers, my hands, and I'm gonna just basically get it all over my hands here. And I'm gonna try to be really careful about this because I don't necessarily want to comb everything out. I just wanna do the very minimal to these curls, but also still kind of be a cute style. What's nice about that pomade is that it's high shine. What do you guys think? This is crazy. It kind of looks very retro. Trying to decide if I want to do something up here or if I want to leave it as really defined curls. I might just comb out the very front here. And just to add a little bling, I got some bobby pins from Scoonchy, and I'm gonna use this one right here. Even though this is kind of gold and I'm wearing silver, this little stone looks kind of silver. So I think that would be pretty. So, all right, I think that I'm happy with that. I pretty much combed out the front a little bit, put a bobby pin in, combed out the sides just a little bit so that the back is reasonable. And take a look at the back real quick. All right, that was really fun. Thank you for watching this video. Tell me if you liked it. I'm gonna spray my hair real quick. Tell me what you think. If you liked it better before I kind of maybe just straightened out these curls a little bit. But as you could see before I kind of smoothed this part out a little bit, it was super highly defined curls. And you really could leave it that way if you like that really highly defined curl look. I just had to straighten out a little bit the sides, but I really like how it came out. I think it's really retro looking, and I really like it with the little clip too. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you. Love, love, love reading all your comments. So if you want to comment on something about something that I talked about, please feel free to do so. And every once in a while, I'll be able to respond to yours. I do read every single one of them. And you know, I really just love you guys. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next weekend. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscription button and that notification bell. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I will see you next week.